Alright, this is a review of a Model 4012B generic Chinese-made car radio. There's a couple of different variations of this radio that you will see, but generally they all work the same. Now, the biggest thing is, if you're watching this video, there is not an instruction manual online for this, nor is there really any good video documentation. So, here it is. It's fairly inexpensive radio. You'll find these things on eBay, Amazon for anywhere from $40 to $55. So, I've already installed it into my vehicle, and we wired it up appropriately. So we're going to turn it on. Takes a minute for this thing to turn on. And start up. It's not a very fast processor in whatever is running this Chinese radio. As you can see, you have your basic radio buttons. And the big thing with this is there is no FM radio, and the menus are fairly clunky. You press what looks like the power and M button to cycle through the options. Auxiliary, so you can plug something into it. Bluetooth. Now, the Bluetooth is a little weird in this radio. There's not necessarily a Bluetooth option until you connect to the phone. So, the way you connect is fairly simple. You go to the aux section of the radio, and then you see this green Bluetooth icon. That's going to be subdued, dark. When you go into your Bluetooth menu on your phone or whatever heck device you're programming to it, you select, I believe it is something with the word car in it, and the passcode is 4 individual zeros. And then it will connect up and you get this Bluetooth screen. There's really no Bluetooth menu or walkthrough to pair this to the device. You just kind of have to know how to do it. You're back at the screen here and you have your buttons here, and you can do all sorts of various things. There's 13 presets. Not a lot here. Your auxiliary, your Bluetooth, you just cycle through them all. Now you can go band, and you can change through the FM frequencies. You press and hold the power button, and you get a clock, which is a little pain in the backside to set up. Press and hold again. Come on. And the whole thing turns back to the FM. Now you got your memory card reader, and underneath you have a USB power port where you can also put various media into the device. Band will just cycle through the radio presets if you have any. Now, it does come with this little remote. It's fairly useless. It had a thing to go around the steering wheel, but it broke, so I just Velcroed it on. Now, the problem is the remote piece is down here, and as you can see, it's facing the steering wheel, so this actually doesn't work when it's here, so I have to take it off and use it like a TV remote. I might end up just mounting it higher, but the buttons are fairly identical to the radio. Nothing really spectacular, but it's kind of a nice thing to have, and for $50, I guess it's a nice addition, because you got the sensor literally right here. So, literally to figure out how this is, I'm just mashing buttons, and I've only owned this for about, I don't know, a week after installing it, and the text on some of these buttons are already coming off.
To bring poetry into the public sphere.
So, and to adjust, you have a little middle button here, and you can adjust the brightness, the contrast, the saturation, hue, bass and all the sound stuff by just pressing the middle. I just leave it on sound. So, fairly straightforward. Except the biggest problem is there is absolutely no way to get to this internal kind of menu thing unless you go into aux and press the little button with a smiley face arrow and the number 6. And then you can cycle through photos, music, settings, calendars. Now if you go to settings and you click OK, which isn't really the OK button because there's really no instructions with this, so you got to start all over again. You got to go aux, press the button 6, and then the button 5 is apparently the enter button. And you can choose your language, you can choose your product info, and the backlight. You can change it to any color you want. You thought you would change it with this, but nope, this is a inexpensive Chinese radio, so you got to use the little back and forth buttons. And since there's no discernible manual, you kind of got to use the force with it. So, for $50, if you're looking for a inexpensive radio that supports Bluetooth, FM, media player, can charge your phone, and has an auxiliary jack, well, you can't really go wrong with this. You just have to fiddle around with it for a while to figure out how the heck fire the darn thing works. So, with that being said, this is a review of the generic Chinese-made spectacular or craptacular model 4012B MP5 FM USB Bluetooth player.